Ethan always loved exploring new places. But even in a city full of strangers, he sometimes felt alone. Ever since his best friend Mia moved to another planet for work, something inside him felt empty. They used to talk every day, share silly jokes, and dream about seeing the stars together. Now the city lights felt colder, and Ethan's apartment felt much too quiet. One rainy afternoon, Ethan wandered through the Intergalactic Emporium, a place known for its strange and wonderful things. He had heard stories about it, but this was his first visit. People from all over the galaxy walked the halls, their languages mixing in the air. Stalls sold glowing fruits, robots that danced, and even pets from distant worlds. Ethan didn't know what he was looking for, not really. He only knew that he missed Mia more than ever. He remembered how she used to drag him to new places, always searching for adventure. Now he was just drifting, hoping to feel something again. He walked past a booth with shimmering lights. Inside, small creatures with bright fur chirped and hopped around. Another stall sold tiny plants that glowed softly in the dark. Ethan smiled, but the feeling faded quickly. Nothing seemed to fill the hole left by Mia's absence. Just as he was about to leave, Ethan saw a quiet corner of the market he hadn't noticed before. There, a single vendor stood behind a glass case. Inside, several alien beings sat quietly, each different and beautiful in their own way. One of them caught Ethan's eye. She was taller than most, with smooth blue skin that seemed to shimmer under the lights. Her eyes were golden and bright, and when she looked at Ethan, she smiled, a gentle, understanding smile. It was a smile that made Ethan stop in his tracks. For a moment, he felt as if she knew exactly how he felt. The vendor noticed Ethan's interest. "She's special," the vendor said softly. "Her name is Lyra. She's waiting for someone who truly needs her." Ethan looked at Lyra again. She didn't seem afraid or sad. There was a quiet hope in her eyes, a promise that things could get better. It reminded Ethan of how Mia used to cheer him up when he was down. He hesitated. What could he say to a being like this? How could he explain the emptiness he felt? Or the hope that maybe, just maybe, things could change? Still, something inside him stirred. Maybe he didn't have to be alone. Maybe, in a city of strangers, he could find a new friend, someone who might understand him, even if she was from another world. Can I take her home?" Ethan asked, feeling nervous. The vendor nodded and handed him a small data crystal. "She's more than she appears. Treat her kindly, and she'll show you wonders." Ethan paid the credits, his hand shaking a little. Lyra stood and stepped out of the glass case, moving gracefully. She turned to Ethan and smiled again, even brighter this time. It was a smile that said she'd been waiting for him. Walking home together, Ethan felt strange but hopeful. Lyra was quiet, but she watched everything around her with curious eyes. When they reached his apartment, Ethan offered her a seat. Lyra sat and folded her hands in her lap, still smiling. Ethan didn't know what to say. He tried to think of something funny, like he used to with Mia, but the words wouldn't come. So he just sat with Lyra and listened to the soft hum of the city outside. After a while, Lyra reached out and touched Ethan's hand. Her skin was cool and smooth. She didn't speak, but her touch was gentle and kind. Ethan felt a lump in his throat. "I used to have a friend," he said quietly. "She left, and now I feel empty. I don't know how to fix it." Lyra looked into his eyes, and Ethan felt a warmth spread through him. She didn't need to say anything. Her presence was enough. In her smile, Ethan saw hope, a belief that things could get better, that he could learn to connect again. That night, Ethan dreamed of stars and laughter, of old friends and new beginnings. When he woke up, Lyra was still there, sitting quietly by the window and watching the sunrise. She turned to him and smiled, just like she had before, as if she'd been waiting for him all along. For the first time in a long while, Ethan didn't feel so alone. He knew it would take time to heal, and maybe Mia was gone for now. But with Lyra by his side, he felt a spark of hope. Maybe, just maybe, he could find happiness again, Ethan realized. That sometimes help comes from the most unexpected places. Sometimes a smile from a stranger or a friend from another world was enough to remind him that he was still human, still capable of hope. And as Lyra smiled at him once more, Ethan smiled back, feeling that wonderful sense of connection return. It was as if she'd been waiting for him all along, and now he was ready to see what new adventures awaited them both. Sure. Here's part 2 of the story, continuing from where we left off. It will maintain the themes of distance, hope, and reconnection. Ethan woke up to the soft glow of dawn filtering through his window. Lyra was still sitting by the window, her golden eyes reflecting the light. He felt grateful to have her there, but a small part of him still missed Mia. He wondered how she was doing on her new planet, if she was happy, and if she thought about him too. As the days passed, Ethan and Lyra grew closer. They spent time exploring the city together. Lyra was curious about everything. She loved the taste of earth food, especially the sweet fruits Ethan introduced her to. Her laughter was like music, brightening Ethan's days. But still, he felt a longing for the friendship he had with Mia. One evening, as they sat on the couch, Ethan turned to Lyra. "Do you ever miss your home?" he asked. "I mean, I know you're here with me, but do you think about where you came from?" Lyra thought for a moment, her eyes thoughtful. "I do think of my home," she said softly, "but I know I can find new adventures here. I chose to come with you because I felt a connection. Sometimes it takes time to find where we truly belong." Ethan felt a warmth in her words. He realized that just as Lyra was adapting to her new life, he could also find a way to bridge the gap with Mia. He needed to reach out, to reconnect, even if it felt scary. The next day, Ethan sat at his computer, staring at the screen. He opened a message window to Mia's contact. His heart raced. It had been months since they last spoke, and he wasn't sure what to say. Would she even want to hear from him? What if she had moved on? Taking a deep breath, he typed, "Hey, Mia, I've been thinking about you a lot. I miss our talks and all the silly things we used to do. How are you? I hope you're doing well." After a brief moment of hesitation, he hit send. Ethan felt a mix of hope and fear. What if Mia didn't respond? What if she was too busy with her new life? He glanced at Lyra, who was watching him with her bright eyes. "I sent her a message," he said nervously. "Good," Lyra replied. "You took a brave step. Remember, connections can be rebuilt, just like we build bridges." Days passed slowly. Ethan found himself checking his messages constantly, waiting for a reply. Lyra stayed by his side, encouraging him with her smile and playful spirit. They continued to explore the city, visiting parks and markets. But Ethan's thoughts often drifted back to Mia. One afternoon, while they were walking through a lively street fair, Ethan's communicator beeped. His heart raced as he pulled it out. It was a message from Mia. "Hey, Ethan. I'm so glad to hear from you. I've missed you too. Things are going well here, but it's not the same without our talks. Let's catch up soon." Ethan felt a wave of relief wash over him. He quickly typed back, suggesting a video call that evening. Mia agreed, and for the first time in weeks, he felt a spark of excitement. As the sun set, Ethan prepared for the call. Lyra sat beside him, her presence calming him. "You'll do great," she said. "Just be yourself." When the screen lit up, Mia's smiling face appeared. Ethan's heart swelled with happiness. "Mia," he exclaimed. "It's so good to see you. Ethan, wow, you look different." "I missed your face," she said, her smile warm and genuine. They talked and laughed, sharing stories about their lives. Mia told him about her new job, the friends she had made, and all the adventures she was having. Ethan shared tales of his time with Lyra and how she had helped him feel less alone. He felt a connection rekindling, the distance between them shrinking. As they talked, Ethan realized something important. While Mia had moved away, their friendship remained strong. They could still share their lives, even from afar. Just like Lyra had found a new purpose with him, he could find a way to keep Mia in his life. "I'm really happy for you, Mia," Ethan said sincerely. "It sounds like you're doing amazing things. I want you to know that I'm here for you, no matter the distance." Mia nodded, her eyes shining with gratitude. "Thank you, Ethan. That means a lot. I want us to stay close, even if I'm on another planet. Our friendship is too important to lose." After the call ended, Ethan felt lighter. Lyra turned to him, her golden eyes sparkling. "See? You built that bridge," she said with a smile. "Connections can survive distance, especially when they are strong." Ethan couldn't help but grin. "You're right, Lyra. I feel like I can take on anything now." In the following weeks, Ethan and Lyra continued to explore the city. They visited new places, tried new foods, and even attended festivals together. Lyra's curiosity inspired Ethan to see the world through a different lens. He started to appreciate the beauty around him and the connections he had, both with Lyra and with Mia. Ethan also made a point to talk with Mia regularly. They set up weekly video calls, sharing their lives and supporting each other through challenges. It felt good to reconnect, to share laughter and stories. Ethan felt lighter these days. With his friendship with Mia rekindled and Lyra by his side, he was ready to embrace life again. The city felt more vibrant, and every new experience was an adventure waiting to happen. Yet he still felt a small pang of sadness when he thought about Mia's new life on the other planet. He wondered how he could show her that their friendship was still strong, no matter the distance. One sunny afternoon, Ethan and Lyra were walking through a bustling street fair. Colorful stalls lined the path, filled with delicious foods, handmade, crafts, and exciting games. Lyra's eyes sparkled with curiosity as she took in everything around her. The scents of sweet treats filled the air, and the sounds of laughter and music made Ethan smile. "Let's try that," Lyra said, pointing to a booth selling glowing, colorful drinks. Ethan nodded, and they made their way over Dot as they sipped their drinks. Ethan thought about the upcoming holiday. It was a time for friends and family to gather, and he knew Mia would be celebrating far away. He wanted to do something special, to remind her that he was still thinking of her, even from a distance. "Lyra, what do you think about sending a gift to Mia for the holiday?" Ethan asked, feeling excited. "Something that shows her how much she means to me." Lyra's eyes lit up. "That's a wonderful idea. Gifts can carry love across the stars. Let's make it special." With Lyra's encouragement, Ethan brainstormed ideas. They walked around the fair, looking for inspiration. Lyra suggested they create something unique, combining earthcrafts with a touch of her alien culture. Together, they gathered materials, colorful fabrics, shiny stones, and delicate flowers that glowed softly in the dark. Over the next few days, Ethan and Lyra worked together to create the perfect gift. They designed a beautiful friendship bracelet made from the glowing materials they found. Each bead represented a special memory. They shared laughter, adventures, and the bond they were building Dot as they crafted. Lyra taught Ethan about her home planet. "In my culture, we believe that gifts carry our feelings," she explained. "When you give someone a gift, you're sharing a piece of your heart with them." Ethan loved hearing about Lyra's home. He realized how important it was to understand each other's backgrounds to strengthen their friendship. Their bond deepened with every story she shared, and he felt grateful for her presence in his life. Finally, the bracelet was complete, It shimmered with colors that danced in the light. Ethan felt a sense of pride as he held it in his hands. "This is perfect," he said, imagining Mia's smile when she saw it. On the day of the holiday, Ethan set up a video call with Mia. He was nervous but excited to share the gift he had created. He knew this was a chance to show her that distance didn't change their friendship. When the call connected, Mia's face appeared on the screen, her smile brightening Ethan's day. "Happy holiday!" she exclaimed, her eyes sparkling with joy. "I'm so happy to see you." "Happy holiday to you too, Mia." "I have something for you," Ethan said, holding up the bracelet. "I made this with Lyra. It's a friendship bracelet to remind you that no matter where we are, we're still connected." Mia's eyes widened in surprise. "Oh, Ethan." "It's beautiful. I can't believe you made this. Thank you so much." Ethan felt warmth spread in his chest as he watched Mia admire the bracelet. "Each bead represents a memory we share. I want you to wear it and remember that I'm always here. For you." Mia smiled, her voice full of emotion. "I will wear it every day. It means so much to me. I miss you and our adventures, but this makes me feel close to you." As they continued to talk, Ethan felt the distance between them shrinking. They shared stories of their holiday celebrations, laughter echoing through the screen. For the first time in a long while, Ethan felt a sense of peace. He knew that even though Mia was far away, their friendship was strong enough to withstand any distance. After the call, Ethan turned to Lyra, who had been watching with a smile. "Thank you for helping me with the bracelet. It really made a difference," he said, feeling grateful. Lyra beamed. "You did the hard work, Ethan. You reached out to her, and that's what matters. Your heart is full of love, and that love will always find a way." Inspired by their success, Ethan and Lyra began planning new activities to strengthen their friendship and explore their world together. They visited art galleries, attended cultural festivals, and even took a class on intergalactic cooking. With every shared experience, Ethan felt a growing sense of hope and purpose. One evening, as they walked through a park filled with glowing trees, Ethan turned to Lyra. "You know, I never thought I could feel this way again. You've helped me see that connections are worth fighting for, no matter the distance." Lyra smiled, her golden eyes shining. "That's the beauty of friendship. It can grow, just like these trees. As long as you nurture it, it will thrive." Ethan felt a surge of gratitude for Lyra. She had come into his life at the perfect moment, and together they were building a new connection filled with love and hope. As the stars twinkled above them, Ethan realized that he was not just reconnecting with Mia, but also creating a new chapter in his life with Lyra. Together, they were exploring the universe, one adventure at a time, and in that moment, Ethan understood that the journey of friendship was not just about being close physically. It was about sharing experiences, supporting each other, and finding joy in the connections they made. No matter the distance, love would always find a way to shine through. With a heart full of hope, Ethan looked up at the stars, feeling ready to face whatever adventures lay ahead. He knew that with Lyra by his side and Mia in his heart, he could reach for the stars and beyond. Here's part 4 of the story, continuing Ethan's journey as he navigates his feelings of distance from Mia while deepening his bond with Lyra. This part will focus on Ethan's emotions and his efforts to reconnect. Ethan woke up to the soft glow of the morning sun filtering through his window. He stretched and took a moment to enjoy the warmth on his face. But even as the sun shone brightly, a shadow lingered in his heart. He missed Mia. It had been weeks since his last video call with her, and while their conversations had rekindled their friendship, Ethan still felt a distance that weighed heavily on him. Lyra was already up, humming a cheerful tune as she prepared breakfast in the kitchen. The sound of her voice was comforting, a reminder that he wasn't alone. Ethan joined her, and they shared a simple meal of sweet fruits and glowing pastries. Lyra noticed Ethan's thoughtful expression. "Are you okay?" she asked, concern in her golden eyes. Ethan sighed, pushing his food around on the plate. "I just miss Mia. I feel like there's so much I want to share with her, but I don't know how to bridge this distance. It's hard." Lyra reached across the table and placed her hand on his. "You care about her deeply. That connection is strong, even if you're far apart. Have you thought about how to reach out again?" Ethan nodded, but felt a sense of uncertainty. "I've sent messages, but I want to do something more. I want her to know she's still important to me, especially now that she's in a new place." Lyra's eyes brightened with an idea. "What if we create something special together? A gift that shows her how much she means to you?" Ethan's interest piqued. "What do you mean?" "We could make a scrapbook filled with memories, photos, and messages," Lyra suggested. "You can share your feelings and remind her of the fun times you had together. It will show her that even if she's far away, she's still close in your heart." Ethan felt a spark of hope. "That sounds perfect. I have so many photos of us. We can make it colorful and fun." They spent the rest of the day gathering materials. Lyra helped Ethan collect photos, stickers, and colorful papers. As they worked, Ethan felt a sense of excitement growing inside him. It was a way to express his feelings and show Mia that she was still a part of his life. As they crafted, Ethan wrote little notes to Mia, recalling shared experiences and inside jokes. He wrote about their silly adventures, the times they laughed until they cried, and how much he missed her. Each word felt like a step toward reconnecting. "Remember this day?" Ethan said, holding up a photo of them at the carnival, both wearing goofy hats. "We had so much fun that day." Lyra smiled, her eyes sparkling with joy. "It's wonderful to see how happy you were together. This will mean a lot to Mia." After hours of creativity and laughter, the scrapbook was finally complete. Ethan looked at it proudly, feeling a mix of excitement and nervousness. "Do you think she'll like it?" "Of course. You've poured your heart into this," Lyra replied. "It will remind her of your friendship and the bond you share." Ethan decided to send the scrapbook using a special delivery service that could transport packages across planets quickly. He carefully wrapped it and added a note that expressed his love and friendship. "Mia, I hope this brings a smile to your face and reminds you that distance can never break our bond." As he sent the package, Ethan felt a sense of relief. He had taken a step to reconnect, and now all he could do was wait. Lyra stayed by his side, offering words of encouragement. Days passed, and Ethan found himself checking his communicator constantly, hoping to hear from Mia. Every time it beeped, he would rush to see if it was her, but often it was just notifications from other friends or advertisements. Each time, a small part of him felt disappointed. One evening, as they sat on the balcony watching the stars, Ethan sighed. Ethan felt a sense of excitement in his heart as he woke up one morning. The sun streamed through his window, and he could hear Lyra humming softly in the kitchen. She had taken to experimenting with earth recipes, and today, the smell of something sweet filled the air. As he got out of bed, Ethan thought about the growing bond he had with Lyra. She had become more than just an alien companion. She was a friend who understood him. But even with Lyra by his side, Ethan couldn't shake the feeling of distance he had with Mia. He missed their easy conversations and the way they could share anything with each other. After breakfast, Ethan decided it was time to take another step toward reconnecting with Mia. They had been talking regularly, but he felt he needed to do something more meaningful. He wanted to show her how much she mattered to him, especially since the holidays were approaching. "Lyra," Ethan said, "I was thinking about sending Mia a surprise gift. Something that shows her how much I care." Lyra's eyes sparkled with excitement. "That sounds wonderful. Gifts can carry our feelings across space. What do you have in mind? Ethan thought for a moment. How about a scrapbook? I can fill it with memories of our time together, and I can add some photos of our adventures here. I want her to feel like she's a part of my life, no matter how far away she is. Lyra nodded enthusiastically. That's a great idea. Let's gather materials and get started. Together, they collected colorful paper, stickers, and markers. Ethan found photos from their past adventures, including pictures of him and Mia laughing at the park, exploring the city, and enjoying their favorite ice cream. As they worked, Lyra encouraged Ethan to write down his thoughts and feelings about their friendship. This is a chance for you to express how much Mia means to you, Lyra said. Don't hold back. Ethan took a deep breath and began to write. He poured out his heart onto the pages, recalling the countless memories they had shared. He wrote about how much he missed her laughter and how grateful he was for her friendship. With every word, he felt a sense of hope growing inside him. As the days passed, Ethan and Lyra spent their evenings working on the scrapbook. They decorated each page with drawings, stickers, and little notes. Lyra even added some symbols from her own culture, explaining their meanings to Ethan. This one represents friendship, Lyra said, pointing to a beautiful symbol. And this one means adventure. It's perfect for you both. When the scrapbook was finally complete, Ethan held it in his hands, feeling a mix of pride and nervousness. I really hope Mia likes it, he said, looking at Lyra. She will, Lyra replied confidently. You've put so much love into this. It will remind her of the strong bond you share. Ethan decided to send the scrapbook to Mia using a special delivery service that could transport packages across planets quickly. He wrapped it carefully and wrote a note that said, "For you, my dear friend. I hope this brings a smile to your face, just as you always bring smiles to mine." The day the scrapbook was sent off, Ethan felt a wave of relief. He knew he had taken an important step, and now all he could do was wait. Lyra stayed by his side, encouraging him and helping him stay positive. Days turned into weeks, and Ethan continued to enjoy his time with Lyra. They explored new places, tried new foods, and even attended a festival celebrating the beauty of friendship. Lyra's joy was contagious, and Ethan found himself laughing more than he had in a long time. But a small part of him still felt anxious, waiting for a response from Mia. He kept checking his messages, hoping to hear from her soon. Each time, his communicator beeped. His heart raced, but it was often just a notification or a message from someone else. One evening, as they sat on the balcony looking at the stars, Ethan sighed. I just wish I knew how Mia felt. I want to know if she got the scrapbook and if it made her happy. Lyra turned to him, her golden eyes filled with understanding. You've done everything you can. Sometimes we must let go of our worries and trust that our feelings will reach the people we care about. Ethan nodded, taking comfort in Lyra's words. You're right. I just need to be patient. Just then, his communicator beeped. Ethan's heart raced as he picked it up, and he saw Mia's name on the screen. It's Mia, he exclaimed, excitement flooding through him. He quickly answered the call, and Mia's face appeared, her smile bright and warm. Ethan, I got your package. Thank you so much. The scrapbook is beautiful. Ethan felt a rush of happiness. I'm so glad you liked it. I wanted you to feel connected to me, even from so far away. Mia's eyes sparkled with emotion. You did an amazing job. I loved every page. It made me remember all the fun we had together. I miss those times so much. I miss them too, Ethan replied, feeling the distance between them shrink. I want us to keep making memories, even if we're far apart. Mia nodded. Yes, I've been thinking about that too. Let's plan a time to video call regularly. We can share our lives and adventures. Ethan felt a wave of relief and joy. I'd love that. We can even play games or watch movies together. It will be like we're hanging out again. As they talked, the worries that had filled Ethan's heart began to fade. He realized that their friendship was strong enough to overcome any distance. They could share their lives, support each other, and continue to create memories, no matter where they were in the universe. When the call ended, Ethan turned to Lyra, who was watching with a smile. That was amazing. Mia loved the scrapbook. I knew she would, Lyra said proudly. You've built a bridge of love and connection. That distance cannot break. Ethan felt grateful for Lyra's support. Together, they had created something beautiful. His heart was full of hope as he looked up at the stars. He knew that with Lyra by his side and Mia in his heart, he could face anything life threw at him. As they sat together, watching the stars twinkle brightly in the night sky, Ethan understood the true power of connection. No matter how far apart they were, love and friendship could always find a way to shine through. Here's part 6 of the story, continuing Ethan's journey of reconnection and hope as he navigates his feelings for Mia and deepens his bond with Lyra. Ethan felt a sense of relief and joy after his call with Mia. She had loved the scrapbook, and their plans to connect more often filled him with excitement. But as the days went by, he realized he wanted to do even more to strengthen their friendship. He wanted Mia to know how much he valued her, especially as the holiday season approached. Lyra noticed Ethan's thoughtful expression. One afternoon, as they strolled through a lively market filled with twinkling lights and cheerful music. "What's on your mind?" she asked, her golden eyes sparkling with curiosity. "I want to do something special for Mia," Ethan said. "I'm glad we're talking more, but I feel like I could do more to show her I care. I want to surprise her with something that reminds her of our friendship." Lyra smiled, her excitement contagious. "That sounds wonderful. What do you have in mind?" Ethan thought for a moment. "What if we created a video message? We could share an adventure together and invite her to join us, even if she's not here." "That's a great idea," Lyra exclaimed. "We could show her what we've been up to and let her feel like she's part of our journey." Ethan's eyes lit up at the thought. "Yes, we can film some of our favorite places and do some fun activities together. It will be like a virtual adventure for Mia." They decided to spend the next few days planning their video. Ethan made a list of places they could visit, and Lyra suggested fun activities that would capture their friendship. They planned to visit the park where they had seen glowing flowers, the vibrant street fair, and even the cozy cafe where they enjoyed sweet treats. On the day of filming, Ethan felt a mix of excitement and nerves. He wanted everything to be perfect. Lyra encouraged him, reminding him to be himself and let their friendship shine through. "Just have fun, and Mia will feel your joy," she said. They started at the park, where the glowing flowers danced in the breeze. Ethan held the camera, and Lyra twirled around the flowers, her laughter filling the air. "This is one of my favorite places," she said, her eyes sparkling. "The flowers remind me of happiness and friendship." Ethan filmed her joyfully. As he spoke to the camera, "Hey, Mia, this is our beautiful park. Lyra loves it here, and I hope you'll love it too." Next, they headed to the street fair. The vibrant colors and sounds surrounded them, creating a festive atmosphere. Lyra tried different snacks, her face lighting up with delight. "You have to try this, Ethan," she exclaimed, offering him a glowing candy. Ethan laughed, enjoying the moment. "Look, Mia, we're having so much fun at the fair," he said, capturing their laughter and excitement. He felt a sense of connection to Mia, even though she was far away. After a day of filming, they returned home to edit the video. Ethan carefully pieced together the clips, adding music and playful commentary. He included messages from Mia, telling her how much he missed her, and how he wished she could be there with them. As they worked, Lyra added her own touch to the video. "Let's include some of our favorite moments," she suggested. They added photos and clips of their adventures, showcasing their growing friendship. When the video was finally complete, Ethan felt a surge of pride. "This is amazing. Mia is going to love it," he said, looking at Lara. "Let's send it to her right away," Lara encouraged. Ethan uploaded the video and sent it off with a message. "Hey, Mia, we made thee."